Good morning, guys. Welcome to another episode of Sailing in with Charlie. Good to have you back with me. This is probably going to be kind of a shorter video, but I'll tell you about the problems that I'm currently dealing with. After the overhaul of the motor that I did, I ran it for about an hour and I was getting some excessive temperatures. It was running about 190 to 200 degrees, which is 30 to 40 degrees more than what I had been running prior to the engine teardown. So I did the normal things that you would expect that you would do in a situation like that. I flushed the motor out with muriatic acid. I made sure that the water was circulating through the motor and coming out the back in the proper volume that it should be, and all of that checked out. So as a last-ditch effort, I swapped out the thermostat and put a new thermostat in, and unfortunately that didn't work either. I was running exactly the same temperatures. So what I have done now, or what I should say, what I'm going to be doing now, and this is why I brought you in with me, is I'm going to be installing this bypass kit. And the way this works is that the cooling water comes into the hose from the water pump. And keep in mind, my motor is raw water cooled. So the raw water comes into the from the water pump into this hose. It goes to a T-fitting, which injects some of the cooling. So it injects some of the water into the engine here at this point at the T-fitting, and the rest of it goes into out of this hose and into the thermostat. The thermostat is supposed to open and close according to how hot or cool the engine is running, but that wasn't happening. So what I've done is I've purchased from Moyer Marine this bypass kit, and what this does, it has an on-off switch or an open-close switch, which allows me to either open the valve here and allow the water to only run to the thermostat, which at this point is not working to keep the motor cool enough, or you can close it like so and prevent the water from going any further than the T-fitting, so that all of the water is injected into the interior of the motor and none of it goes to the thermostat. Or you can go somewhere in between until your engine, hypothetically I should say, your engine will, you can kind of fine tune it to whatever you feel like is a proper temperature for your engine to run at. So looking over here at the motor, I'll show you what this looks like from this side. The T-fitting is back here, so as you can see, I'll need to remove the alternator. But the T-fitting is back here. So now this hose will come to the brass setup that I just showed you, and then it will come upward and tie into the inlet for the thermostat housing here. And then the valve will be located about this point where you can turn it open or closed, or someplace in between. So that's the project for the day, and we'll see and we'll hope that it will produce the kind of results that I'm looking for. So let's get going. If you're wondering what the jet noise is, it is not Lindbergh Field in San Diego. It is the military jets taking off from North Island Naval Air Station. which is just across the bay from Lindbergh Field. And for some reason, the last 2 days, they've been flying pretty regularly out of North Island, which I don't understand, because typically they fly out of Miramar Miramar Marine Corps Station, which is just to the north. It's rare to hear this much jet activity from North Island, because it does interfere with the civilian air traffic. Ah, there she is. Come on, baby. There we go. Now you can see the T-fitting. Down here you can see the hose that comes out of the back of the T-fitting that comes from the water pump. And here is the new end that took the hose off previously. And this is the new hose that will go on here to be able to fit up, match up with the bypass kit. So we'll continue with that. Okay, next in the process we have the bypass hose hooked up, and now we're going to take the 90-degree fitting out of the inlet side of the thermostat housing, and we're going to place it with this brand new brass fitting here that, as you can see, is threaded both on the female side and the male side, whereas the old one just had threads on the male side and then a hose barb on the other. So we'll go ahead and swap those out now. So we have the goop on the threads, and now we're screwing it into the thermostat housing, and I'm not going to turn it in as far as I'll eventually need to. I want to leave it in this position until I get the rest of the setup ready to go, and then we'll go on from there. Okay, so here's the final result, the final product of what I have done. You can see the bypasses back there, hooks up to the brass 90-degree fitting here, comes up through the valve and to the brass pipe and the 90-degree that takes it into the thermostat housing. So I have run the motor both statically in the slip as well as taking the boat out, and ran it at about somewhere between 1800 and 2000 RPM. And it did run hot when I had the valve closed, which is in that position. So I dialed it down to about halfway, and it immediately, and I mean within 30 seconds, the needle started to drop on the temperature gauge. And like I said, I was able to dial in what temperature, engine operating temperature, was desirable, which is about 160, 170 degrees in that area. So that is the end of that project, and I'm extremely happy with the results, and I'm extremely happy with the product, and I'm extremely happy that I can comfortably and reliably operate the motor now without exceeding unacceptable temperatures. So there you go.